Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be getting ready, or I'm gonna be getting ready, but I'm gonna be using a bunch of old products, like old faves. I don't know, the other day, like I was cleaning, or not really cleaning, but I was going through my makeup and I realized that I have a bunch of products that are like old faves that I used to use all the time, and I was like always raving about them, and I just thought it was like a cool idea to sit down, get ready with them, and put them on my face again because you get stuck to a routine, and because there's so many products coming out all the time, you kind of like forget about your other babies in there. So yeah, I thought it would be fun. I also want to kind of see how I feel about them because you kind of evolve. And excuse me, that's very rude. I am so sorry. You're kind of evolving all the time, right? Like you're changing your opinion on either makeup products, how you do your face, and this and that. So I'm excited to see how I feel about some of these products because, as I said, like I used to be like obsessed with them. Sometimes you move on, and that's okay. But that's what we're gonna be doing today. I'm just gonna get ready and fix this situation here. You know what I'm saying? If you're not subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to do that. It's a good vibes channel. If you want to do that, go ahead, subscribe, give it a like. Leave me a comment below what kind of products you guys used to be obsessed with, like your old faves, and maybe some new products that I should try out as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start with my face. I'm actually gonna use a primer, which I always used to use a primer before. Nowadays, I don't use a primer on my face because I don't know, I don't know, I just don't. But right now I'm gonna be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This is a really like kind of silicone-y kind of primer, so I just put about a little pump, I guess. It's not really a pump, but like, you know what I mean? Like in size, you know what I mean. And I'm just gonna place this like on the T-zone mainly to smooth everything out. I don't really know why I don't use primers anymore. I just stopped using them. And that's, I think, what's so interesting about everybody's routines is like they change with time. And it's not even like, sometimes I feel like we don't realize it that we're changing our routine, but it's just like kind of as we go, or at least that's how I feel. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but yeah, it's just I can't recall why I stopped using a primer. I just did. So yeah, this primer is nice, but again, it's not something that I'm like, bro, you need to go back to that. Like, no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm good. Foundation, I'm gonna be using the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. I feel like everybody and their mamas were on this shit back then, but like again, makeup is always coming out and we forget. But this was a bomb foundation. I'm just gonna use about a pump. I don't want to apply too much, but yeah, let's hope this is not like expired because I've had this for a minute. But and I'm going to kind of dot this on the face first and then blend it in with the beauty blender. I feel like this was one of those foundations that came out from the drugstore that just kind of blew everybody's waters, and again, nowadays nobody talks about it, or like barely. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it in with my beauty blender real quick. I'm actually a bit pissed because I ordered the Blendiful by Tati Beauty and it's been like 3 weeks and I still haven't received my order. And I'm pissed, one, because I have not received it, and two, because I wanted to do a video on it. Like, I was actually really amped about it, and the fact that it's still not here just makes me so mad because I wanted to do a video and kind of like my first impression on the product and whatnot, because I've seen so many like people raving about it. So I'm just like, bro, I wasn't going to buy it. I was not. But then I just kept hearing good things about it, and I was like, you know what? Just do it. Just fucking buy it. So I did, but it's just, yeah, it's quite upsetting that it's still not here. Because I just want to put that thing on my face, you know what I mean? Like, I just want to try it out, see what people have been raving about, if, you know, if the hype is real or not. And yeah, mainly just see what the hell it is about. Like, I just wanna try it. So there you guys can see this foundation is still like super beautiful. It has like a, I would say like a light to medium coverage. You can definitely build it up, but sometimes if you do build it up, it's a little bit too much. So I try to keep it in a like low layer, you know what I mean? Like a light layer, I mean, not low. And it looks really pretty. Like, I mean, you guys can see the comparison. This side versus this side. This side looks like, you know, you've been sleeping late, you haven't been doing what you have to do sometimes, you know, the time of the month, and everything is just piling up, and this side just looks a little bit more like, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. There you guys can see foundation is really nice. I always, like, for whenever I was going to be doing more glam kind of looks, I always reached out for this foundation because it just looks like, you know, nice on your skin. It doesn't look like too makeup-y or anything like that. So yeah, this is still such a good foundation. It just looks flawless on the skin. It just kind of sinks into the skin, you know? It blends with your skin. It doesn't just sit on top. So yeah, it's a nice foundation still. Back in the day, I didn't really use the H1 Maybelline. I was actually kind of late to the game of that concealer. So before that one, I was using the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, which is this one. This is a really good concealer as well, but it's a little bit more light coverage. It's not as heavy or heavy, it's not as full coverage. I was also using this one, the Rimmel Match Perfection 2-in-1 concealer and highlighter. I always use this one, especially because it has more of like a peachy kind of undertone. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but this is not the right shade. I don't think this is the right shade that I used to use because it looks kind of ashy and pink. What shade is this? This is light. I might not use this today, or it might be old, because this is not my shade. Like, it's like ashy brown. I don't know. I'm just gonna use the Maybelline, okay? Because I don't want to use that. It just doesn't look right. So let's use a little bit of the Maybelline concealer, whatever's in here, because I don't really use this anymore. Unless I'm like doing a very light kind of face, like something very light for, like, you know, an everyday kind of thing or something like that, but there's like barely anything in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that. I still use this once in a while, so this is not like something that's like super new, old, you know, if that even makes sense. But it's a really nice concealer. It's like nice and hydrating underneath the eyes. It's not super dry, but it has like, I feel like perfect coverage, like a light to medium coverage. So yeah, I'm gonna come blend that in. I recently started watching End of the Effing World, and oh my god, this show is like, It was not what I was expecting. I hadn't really read anything about it or anything of the sort. So I went in completely like, you know, I didn't know anything about it. But it surprised me. Like, some of the things in that show are like, wow. And I feel like it also kind of surprised me because it like goes from 0 to 100 in like the first episode, and you're just like, bro, what just happened? If you guys have seen it, you guys, I'm pretty sure you know what I mean. If you have not seen it, I feel like you would like it because it's quite, it just kind of catches you. Like you want to keep watching it, and because the episodes are quite short, they're like 20 minutes long or 25. You kind of just go with the flow, and they're not like super long episodes. So like, I feel like for me, I have the chance to watch like maybe 1 or 2 like a day, you know. So yeah, it's an interesting show. It's not, I don't want to say it's not what I expected because I had no idea what the hell it was about, but zam, you know, zam. So for the eyes, I took out like my 2, I think, oldest palettes from like since I started kind of, you know, purchasing more makeup, because when I started my channel, like I wasn't buying a lot of makeup, and even nowadays, I mean, it's not like I'm buying makeup all the time, but these were kind of like my first purchased palettes, and they're by Profusion. This one actually is the first one, which you guys can see it looks pretty old and just like used up. This was the only palette I used. Like, oh my god, I opened it right now, and even the smell just like brought back so many like memories of me using this palette and only like doing eye looks with this palette, you know. It's so crazy because, again, like I feel like, I don't know, you just kind of go back in time, you know. So we're gonna be using this one, and then I also have this other one by Profusion, which I got a little bit after. I actually got this one a little bit after that one, and it's kind of the same idea. It has like the shadows, and then on this side it had like a brow powder and some like liners, but I didn't really like the liners because they were kind of too waxy, but we'll see. Maybe we might use it today or maybe not. But I'm just gonna dabble into both of them because why not, you know, why not? Definitely use this one way more than the other one because this was like my first baby, and I was like super excited about it, and I thought it was like the best, and it's not bad, but it's definitely, you can tell that this was like one of my first palettes because I was just like obsessed with it. I'm just going to get started by touching some of the lipsticks that are here because why not? I'm gonna take this like light bony kind of shade right here, and oh my god, this mirror is like super, oh my god, it's like hella dirty. What the hell, bro? Like, there's like eyeshadow all over that. I'm just gonna place that all over the lid to kind of set the foundation and concealer, whatever the hell I had on there. Just like a dance. You guys watched the Super Bowl halftime show? I feel like everybody did because I feel like everybody was excited about it. Like J-Lo and Shakira together. I feel like everybody was super excited about it. I was too, because I mean, Shakira and J-Lo, you know, it's gonna be a good show. I just took some of these 2 shades right here, kind of as my transition. But what did you guys think about it? Do you guys like it? I thought it was really good, actually. Really good. And even J-Lo's daughter was on there, which I was like really shocked. I feel like everybody was not expecting that, so that was definitely like a wow moment. And I barely see any pigment on this eyeshadow. What the hell? Like barely any. I feel like I was definitely one of those people that were just watching the football or sitting there trying to understand what the frick was happening because I was just waiting for the actual like halftime show. And I feel like all the ladies can relate. I feel like football is just like difficult to understand and like I don't know. Yeah, I feel like it's really difficult. I took a little bit of this orangey shade right here. This one. It's just taking me quite some time to build it up, but yeah, it's so interesting how like you change kind of like the way you feel about makeup. Like for example, right now for me, I feel like I'm just like, this is taking too long for me to kind of build it up. But when I first got this palette, I was like hella excited, and now this was like my baby. Like this was all I used like for any kind of look, and I didn't care about, you know, building it up or anything like that, because I was excited. I was excited to play with makeup, and at the end of the day, that's all it is, you know. If you have a product that maybe isn't like super expensive, or not everybody's like raving about it, it doesn't mean that it's a bad product. Like if it gets you excited, like that's all that matters, you know. At the end of the day, makeup is to like just have fun and enjoy the moment, like just kind of like just have the moment and get into like your zone, right? So yeah, it's just super interested, and that's why I wanted to do this video, because some of these products I haven't, like this palette I hadn't touched in like years, because I've been playing with other stuff, right? I took, oh my god, I keep digging my fingers in there. I took a little bit of this color, which you guys can see. I like love this shade. There's like barely anything in there, and I'm just kind of placing that on the outer V. I'm blending it. The thing about these shadows is that they always blend it so nicely. Like they blend it really well, but you definitely have to build them up because they're not like super pigmented all at once. There might be something in here that I can use to darken things up even more. You know what, let's take Celebrity, which is this color right here. Let's see how pigmented that is. And I'm just gonna use that kind of all over top that. Use a little bit of brown with a different brush, something like this, and I'm gonna use Ricky, which is the color right beside it, right here. I'm just gonna use that on this outer kind of part of the lid, and I'm just blending it into that orangey shade. So yeah, my family and like all of my family got together to watch the Super Bowl. We actually made tamales as well, or I didn't make any, but my family did, and they were so good, bro. Like tamales are the best. Only thing is like, you know, they're so good that you don't want to stop eating them. You just want to keep eating them, but then you realize like, bro, you had like more than 3. And you're like, you know what? That might be enough, you know, because I gotta go to the gym later, and I can't keep eating tamales, because if I do, then it's like, bro, like, what are you doing? But they were so good, so good. So yesterday was just like such a nice day. Like we were all together, we were watching the Super Bowl, just like good vibes, you know, good vibes, and especially when you spend it with like your loved ones, like. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'm gonna use a little bit of this like high beam. It's a matte like bone shade. I'm just using that to kind of clean up the brow bone here. Let's try Dusk to Dawn. I'm just gonna use that on my finger and place that kind of on the inner part of the eye. Right here. I'm just building it up so that it's like nice and intense on there. Use that brush that I was using and just kind of blend over here the edges a little bit. Just like that. Okay. What should we do now? I think I want to leave the eyes like this for a second and move on to the face. Let's move on to, I guess, a little bit of contour and setting the face a little bit. I used to use the Cover FX setting powder. This one right here, there's like barely anything in that there left in there. So I'm gonna use that today because I haven't used it in a very hot minute. So yeah, let's dig in there. This was like one of my first purchases when I was like watching YouTube videos, and I feel like everybody was always raving about this powder, and I went and bought it. Besides the Laura Mercier, which that one I feel like everybody used to always rave about it, but now like barely anybody uses it, I feel, because there's so many other things out in the market. But this is a really nice powder, and I'm just using that to set underneath the eyes and kind of like the T-zone, because I do get oily throughout the day, so I'm just using that kind of in those areas. I used to use the Profusion contour palette, which is this one right here. I actually had a review on it. Oh my god, this has like powder on it. But yeah, I used to use this a lot. You guys can see I definitely had pan on that contour shade because it was just like so nice. It's like the perfect shade. It blended super nicely. It's like super buttery. But I always also use this one. This is the Highlight and Contour Palette by Ivy Beauty. I believe I got this in like my BoxyCharm at one point. So I used to use this a lot as well. It's just crazy how like I literally used to use these all the time, and then I just moved on to other things. But let's try. I'm gonna use the Profusion today because I don't know, I just feel like using this one. So I'm gonna go kind of like in the 3 of them, but mainly the 2 and the first. I mean the 2nd and the 1st. And I'm just gonna bronze, C-face a little bit. Not really contour. I used to contour a lot before, or like really like, you know, kind of go a little bit heavier here. But that's the thing about makeup too. I feel like you learn as you go, because nowadays, like if I look at pictures of myself back, I'm like, oh my god, like what was I doing? Like why was I applying so much contour and this and that? But you know, it's all about growing and learning, because you learn kind of like what works, what doesn't work, and it's just what it is, you know. You're not gonna be like perfect all at once. So yeah, it's a process. I feel like this is not as pigmented, but it's like perfect, because if it was more pigmented, then it would be like too much all at once and it wouldn't blend. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of this to brighten kind of like the center of the face. I used to do that all the time as well. Like I would take this shade and just brighten the center and underneath of the eye. So I'm just gonna do that real quick. It's not like a super pigmented powder, but I always used it. Either that one or this one, which I feel like this one might be a little bit more pigmented. I'm just gonna dig in both of them. And I always took some of this powder as well, right underneath of the cheekbone to kind of clean it up a little bit. For blush, okay, so I had 2 that I always, no matter what look I was doing, no matter where I was going, no matter nothing, these were the blushes that I would always reach out for. And this one in particular, this was like one of my, literally like my favorite for such a long time. This is the Mega Glow by Wet n Wild. They don't even sell this anymore, I don't think, and I haven't used this in a very long time. This one actually broke and I had to like press it back into like the pen, but it's just such a beautiful color. Like there you guys can see it's like a rosy peach, but this is like my favorite. I don't use it anymore because it was like, you know, it's on my baby. This one also, this is literally one of my most used blushes. I already talked about it actually in my 2019 like all-time favorite products, but this is another one of those that I just always use no matter what, and it's not available anymore, so it's sad. They're kind of similar but not really, because this one's definitely a little bit brighter, but yeah, another fave. Oh, we're gonna use this one today for the sake of the video because, you know, we're bringing back those old faves, and this is definitely, oh my god, like such a favorite product. Like it was just like such a nice formula because it's not like a super dry matte blush, definitely nothing like that, but it didn't have like shimmer or anything like that either. It was just like a nice kind of natural finish formula, and I just loved how it brought my face to life. Like there you guys can see it. I have this blush and it's just gorgeous. Oh, I forgot how beautiful this blush was. Like actually, I might start using it again, but I don't want to run out of whatever's left in here. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that. Oh, but it's so beautiful. I'm gonna take some across the nose to look like, oh my god, like it's so burnt. Yes, I like it. I like it. Let's apply a little bit of highlight, which nowadays I would apply highlight before the blush, but I used to apply blush and then highlight. That's why I'm doing it in that order. I don't know which one I'm gonna use because I have this Clara Cosmetics palette that I did a video on as well, and this is a beautiful freaking highlight. It does have some creams, but the powder highlight is like such an intense highlight. Like there you guys can see it. I don't really have a spot anymore where to put it. There you guys can see it. This is like such a beautiful highlight, and it's super intense, like hella intense. So I really like this one, but I also really used to love my Fenty Beauty highlight. I haven't used this. I actually forgot about this, not gonna lie. I just found it in my drawer, like at the back, and I was like, how did I forget about you? But this is Fenty Beauty. This is the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. And I used to use this all the time as well. I don't even know what the hell happened. Why I stopped using it. So you know what? I think we're gonna use Miss Fenty today because I just love her and she's hot, and yeah, that's my reasons. Okay, if that's not enough for you, then that's too bad. But I'm gonna use Miss Fenty today. If I could find my highlighter brush, just gonna use a little bit of both. Just gonna, you know, do that kind of situation and go on the tops of the cheekbones. You know, it's actually funny because I haven't tried any other products from Fenty, and she's come out with so many since, you know, she came out with her brand. So I should definitely try some more of her products because this highlight, I mean, girl, freaking gorgeous. Gorgeous. Just gonna take some on the top of the nose, right there. Okay, I'm actually going to use a little bit of black shadow from here. They do have this one, it's called Lights Out. So I'm gonna use that kind of as an eyeliner because I did have an eyeliner that I used to be obsessed with, which was the Essence, I think, like liner, but I don't have that anymore. So I'm just gonna use this real quick to kind of do like a light wing. kind of trying to do the same kind of wing that I used to do as well. I used to do kind of like more low, not as like high. So I'm trying to do that right now, but it's kind of difficult because I'm so used to doing it the way that I do it now. I think that's good. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. The lower lash line, I don't really want to do anything crazy because I just don't. I'm gonna use a little pencil brush and dig into, I guess, a little bit of terracotta, which is this gorgeous like kind of peachy shade, and place that on the lower lash line for a little bit of something there, but nothing too intense or smoky. I think I'm pretty much done. Like overall, I just have to obviously apply mascara on my lids. I mean, on my eyelashes, and I think that's it. That's it, bro. That's it. For mascara, before I even got into the Lash Paradise wagon and fell in love with it, I used to use the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot. This was like my jam before. I used to use this all the time. But nowadays it's like, you know, I'm into right. I bought this one not too long ago, so I think I might use this one. But yeah, I just feel like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise is the best from the drugstore. Like, I don't think anything compares to that mascara, because it's just bomb. If you have not tried it yet, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, can you please try it? Like, just do it, because you're not gonna regret it. This is a good mascara as well, but I feel like it doesn't give me as much length as the other one does, the Lash Paradise, so that's why I like that one, because I just want my lashes to look like, you know, blend. So I think that is about it. Like, yeah, you guys can see my lashes look good, and this mascara is another one that I don't hate. It's a really good mascara, but you know, it's just not, it's not what I go for every time nowadays. This is my baby, but it's still good. Okay. The lips, I feel like I don't have anything in mind that I would like always use. Try a pop of color. A pop of color. I have this one by Ofra, which I think this is like pretty old. So let's try it. It's this one right here. Santa Ana. I think I used this. I think I got this in one of my Moxie charms as well. So it's quite old. It's an oldie. It's coming. Excuse me. Alrighty guys, so that is it for this look. This whole phase was done with old phase, and I am loving it. I can't, like, you know, it's just, it's crazy because some of these products I loved and I used to use all the time, but now I have other things that I use instead of these products, and yeah, I still love all of these. Like, I love the way that this makeup look came out. Yeah guys, that's it for this whole video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely, you know, if you have makeup sitting in your drawers, just dig in there and try it out, because you forget about those products, but like, you know, it kind of gets you excited. Like for me right now, when I was going through them and choosing what I was going to use for the video, it just got me excited because I haven't used these products in so long. So it was definitely something that I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna use this after such a long time, because I've been using kind of like the same old products, so you kind of get bored, you know. And you know, makeup shouldn't be boring. Like, just have fun with it, experiment, use different colors, because at the end of the day, you just get a wipe and bye. You know, it's okay. Nobody has to know other than you. So yeah guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Use some of your oldies, because they get sad if they're just sitting there without a light, you know. That's it. I'm gonna shut up now because this video is already long enough. So don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and also let me know if you guys have any video ideas. Leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you. All right, bye. I need to take this one off, this hoodie off. Oh my god, I have like hella products on the back of my hand. Do you guys see this concealer? That shade is not right. That looks like brown, like poopy color. No, I don't want it. Thank god I didn't put it on my face. Oh, much better. Much better.